Education changes lives. It opens doors to new opportunities, creates new ways of thinking, and has an impact for generations to come. Over 20 years ago, a visionary group of governors saw a new pathway to educational opportunity through technology and a different learning model. This is the story of Western Governors University, a university that started with an idea and has grown to become one of the nation's largest universities.
We had to reinvent an alternative process, not to replace traditional higher education, but to supplement it, to serve populations that were not properly served by the existing system.
Somewhere in early 1997, I heard about WGU as a wild idea in the West, and it was immediately fascinating to me.
Wow, this is a university, this is a group of people that are willing to take on a really big challenge without a lot of resources.
The governors had this incredible idea, but it was married by Mike Levitt's vision of utilizing technology for higher education.
The World Wide Web, as it was called, the World Wide Web Consortium, that came in 1993. Here we are discussing technology in 95. If you haven't lived through that, you can't grasp how far we've come since then.
Now we had this strange new tool called the internet, and there was a way that people could be educated online, which was a new word. So these were revolutionary concepts, and what a beauty to watch these great men gather to form a revolution to change society.
And we believed that this new, more innovative approach to higher education needed to include both new technology and a fundamental shift in what we measure.
In January 1997, WGU's Articles of Incorporation were signed, and Western Governors University was born. With initial financial support of government, foundations, and private industry, WGU was on its way.
There were 12 of us, and we had Christmas dinner with all the staff and our spouses. That was the entire operation. It was this thing that we were going to build from scratch.
The most radical two elements of this new idea is it is competency-based and it is student-oriented.
What was truly radical was the notion that students could progress toward their degrees by demonstrating competence. It meant that if you really had the knowledge and experience and could demonstrate that effectively, you could proceed toward your degree as rapidly as you were able. That was truly unusual.
Key leaders in higher education were instrumental in the development and acceptance of WGU. These included Clara Lovett, then president of Northern Arizona University, and Sam Smith, then president of Washington State University. 2 years later, WGU opened its virtual doors.
Overcoming thousands of years of tradition is no small task, and higher education has essentially thought the same way about the learning process for a long time.
There were many hurdles and misunderstandings about what technology could do to help with teacher education.
There was a real negative reaction that this was going to threaten everything that higher education stood for.
It needed credibility. And most universities fought this concept of not having a bricks and mortar building with a university president and a 200-year history.
WGU was at a very critical moment. We were facing at least 2 or 3 more years before we were accredited. We were running out of money. We had lots of skeptics. We needed a new leader.
My message is that it's possible to have high-quality, affordable higher education, but it will require new models, not just tweaking the existing system.
I was connected to Bob, who at the time had just left IBM as their global leader for education. And as we talked, it became evident to me that this was the right person.
Bob Mendenhall joined WGU in 1999, and by the end of that year, the first programs in IT and education were launched. 1 year later, WGU celebrated its first graduate, Jenny Kirch.
A couple years of great planning had taken place, and the foundation for the educational model was already in place. We had a challenge to gain accreditation.
To get essentially four regions to agree that WGU met standards for accreditation was a first in higher education. And it was a hurrah experience. The day we were granted that, we all celebrated. It was just party time.
With regional accreditation, enrollment began to climb.
We all knew that growth would be there if the model was working right and if the students were satisfied with its success.
At about the same time, WGU launched its Teachers College with a grant from the Department of Education. Enrollment took off. The addition of the College of Health Professions in 2008 sent it soaring.
Tonight we introduce you to a university aimed at adult students who don't have time for traditional bricks and mortar schools, and it turns out that's just what many Americans find they need as they rush to reinvent themselves.
WGU's quality, affordability, and learning model soon began to attract a new generation of governors. And in 2010, WGU launched its first state-based university, WGU Indiana. Over the next few years, 7 more states partnered with WGU.
They all immediately got the vision of what the governors were really trying to accomplish.
April of 2016 ushered in a new era of leadership with the arrival of WGU's current president, Scott Pulsifer.
The thing that struck me most was the obsession about really focusing on designing an institution that exists entirely to serve students.
Before coming to WGU, President Pulsifer had 20 years of leadership experience in technology-based, customer-focused businesses. Scott's extensive business background is balanced by an intense focus on impacting the lives of individuals and families.
We believe talent is universal, but opportunity is not necessarily universal. And education is the single biggest catalyst for people to change their lives. Why? Because it is that bridge from talent to opportunity.
In 2019, President Pulsifer was selected by the White House to serve on the American Workforce Policy Advisory Board.
We see a very exciting and transformative future for WGU as WGU itself not only continues to grow the number of students we serve directly, but becomes a catalyst for transforming the whole system of higher education for the better.
WGU is young for a university, but in its brief history so far, we have pioneered a new learning model, continued to innovate to improve the student experience and student outcomes, and have helped change the lives of more than 135,000 individuals and their families. And we are just getting started.
I grew up in a lower income, kind of not abandoned, but definitely sometimes forgotten about area. I would say that I didn't have a really good education until I got older. And I had loving parents who supplemented my education, but I was one of few. I work full-time and I run a nonprofit dance organization. I am in education because my mother taught special education. My paternal grandmother taught middle and elementary math. So it kind of runs in the family. My nonprofit organization is Anointed in Motion. That started because I assistant coached and I did after-school programs and summer camps. My degree absolutely helps me with my nonprofit. It really changed my coaching style and it changed my teaching style. I want to serve lower income students. I want to bring some culture and some opportunities that students in my area do not have. I'm able to affect them in a positive way because of the classes that I was taking. I wound up at a small private school. They're a super non-traditional school, and all of my students, all of them, learn differently from the way that everyone else learns. And so I want to better serve them and better serve future students as well. I've seen in my life that it just takes one person to care, one teacher, one educator, one mentor to change someone's life. It gives me a deeper peace. That's everything for me.
I didn't go to school to work for somebody else. I went to school so I could be my own boss. It had always been a dream of mine to start my own business, but I wanted a business degree because I wanted to set myself up for success. I own a gym called Spanaway Fitness. Sometimes it can be a challenge. A lot of businesses fail first 18 months, and here I am 4 years later, opening a second gym, having that success. It's like WGU worked out really well.
My career path is not conventional. Being a singer-songwriter, most people don't think that's going to be a, steady job. So I found myself in a lot of difficult situations, and that's when I started thinking I really have to learn how to run a business, not just play good music. My mom was a big person that turned me onto it, which is why I have so much fun explaining it to other people. She's just shattered every excuse that I had. When I said, it's too expensive, she'd be like, it is way less expensive than all these other colleges, and you can get scholarships. Watching her walk across the stage was really kind of the final, all those boulders that were my path were just gravel, and I was like, all that was left was to walk the path. When I decided to go back to school, to enroll in WGU, I got to get on an amazing TV show called The Voice. I got on Team Blake. It was an amazing experience, and I remember thinking the last thing on my mind was, finish your degree at WGU. We were all sequestered in this one hotel in Burbank, California, and I was learning this, I think it was fundamentals of business law. Shortly after finishing the course, I had this 30-page contract I had just signed that I didn't even read, and I was like, well, I just read this whole textbook full of legal jargon, maybe I'll give this a try. I read through the whole contract. I was able to develop a marketing plan according to that. I was able to look at the rules and figure out how I could turn them in my favor, and that plan that I made because of that course led me to a top 5 album release. It was funny that the one class I was doubting I'd ever use was one of the biggest helps in my career. I'm really excited. I've done a few really big things in the past year. I've released a song with Jordan Fisher for Walt Disney World that just hit I think 3 million streams. So I would say as a non-traditional student, you've got to find your small victories and you've got to just really believe in your purpose. You work for your purpose always works for you.
My master's in management and leadership really helped me understand what a leader should be. Just leading with example, that sort of resonated with me. The entire degree process kind of helped clarify how I would want to be portrayed once I do become a leader. With WGU, I was able to help my career. If you're thinking about online school, I think with WGU, I had that little extra push. I'm glad I did.
I created an organization called Everyday Heroes, and we go around dressed like superheroes and we visit kids, whether it's in schools or hospitals, and we help them find role models and we teach them to be kind to others. Our goal is to go in and give these kids an experience where they really feel like they've met a real superhero. So my costume when I do Everyday Heroes, I dress up as Captain America. And I ordered a costume from overseas, and when it came, I took it to a tailor, and she did a lot of work on it to make it fit me so that I can look like Captain America. So the first time we enter rooms, it's always the same reaction. Kids, their jaw drops, their eyes get huge, and then they just get so excited. And as a kid, I had so many people helping me out growing up, different role models and leaders, that as I got older, I wanted to do the same thing for them. And the military trains us to serve others and to put our life on the line. That's something that I've joined with the intent to do, and serving others has just become ingrained in me. It's important that leaders learn to be selfless because it inspires others to follow them. Being in the military has been an absolutely positive move for me to constantly go through, develop myself as a leader as well as get further education. I got deployed to Kuwait and earned my master's degree while I was over there. The degree being management and leadership, going through the different leadership courses, the material that I was studying and learning about, I was able to directly apply to my soldiers and how we ran things and how I interacted with my team. And so with the soldiers that I lead, I care very much about not just their career, but also their personal life. And I learn about them and their families and where they're from. Serving others and helping out wherever you can, and just doing little things every day, you know, purposefully serving others and being on the lookout to do good is my intent, and I hope to inspire that in others.
Getting my master's degree has really opened up a lot of doors for me professionally, and also has increased my income quite a bit. Through WGU, I was able to go to school online and take care of my family and also work and gain experience in my field at the same time. I was able to accelerate some courses and also take my time on some courses. So my experience with WGU has been a huge blessing for my family.
I don't need a school to just promise me the tools for change. I need a school to put those tools within reach. You give me a sledgehammer I can afford, and I will break through every barrier. You give me the shoes that fit my life, and I will outrun every excuse. Look, I know school will be hard, but I'm strong enough to fight for change. I just need the kind of school that gives me a fighting chance.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WGU's 2020 Summer Virtual Commencement. Graduates, families, friends, and loved ones, you've played an important role in helping your graduate reach this incredible milestone. We thank you for this support, and we're thrilled to have you join our celebration today. I now have the honor of introducing Ashley Ferguson from Kent, Washington, who will sing our national anthem. Ashley, who began singing in the first grade, has completed her Master of Business Administration degree. Ashley says she's already been able to apply the knowledge she's gained from her MBA in her job. Congratulations, Ashley, and thank you for joining us today. And now, if you are able, we ask that you please rise for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang there, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Ashley, for that stirring rendition of our national anthem.
It is my honor to convene WGU's summer virtual commencement, and I want to welcome each of our graduates and those of you who have supported them through this journey. WGU graduates, today marks a significant milestone in your lives. It represents a dream achieved, but also countless challenges faced and obstacles overcome. Since our founding, WGU has always served night owls, those who work through the night to keep their commitments to families and to jobs. But for this group, graduating in a time of global pandemic, a time that has caused each of us to have to adapt and grow in so many ways, this milestone represents an unprecedented level of dedication, persistence, creativity, and resilience. We celebrate you because of what you have achieved. We celebrate you as an individual, and we also celebrate it because of what it means for all of us. At this moment in history, society needs nothing less than individuals who are willing to overcome all obstacles, who have the grit to take on impossible problems, who have the flexibility to adapt to unforeseeable circumstances, and who have the endurance to persist no matter what. Achieving this milestone will move your lives forward, but it will also move your communities, the organizations in which you serve and work, and our nation forward, in ways both measurable and immeasurable. Today's commencement celebrates you, our graduates, for setting and accomplishing a significant goal and moving to a new stage of your life. You join only 33% of adults in the United States who have a bachelor's degree, and only 8% of adults in the US who hold a master's degree. Many of you are graduating with a family member. We offer a special congratulations to those of you who are sharing this accomplishment with a loved one. WGU is honored to be recognized year after year as a military-friendly university. We are proud to recognize the military members and their service to our country. Also joining us virtually are many of our WGU faculty and staff. If you've been a beneficiary of the time and dedication they put into their work, please put your hands together and give them a round of applause. Since our first graduate in 2000, WGU has now awarded more than 195,000 degrees, including more than 30,000 in 2020 alone. Let me share some facts about today's graduating class. 42% of you are the first in your families to earn a college degree. We extend a special congratulations to you. Your average age is 39 years old, the youngest is 21, and the oldest is 73. 78% of you are women. The average time to graduation for those of you earning a bachelor's degree was 2 years and 9 months. And the average time for those of you earning a master's degree was 1 year and 7 months. You worked hard to reach an educational milestone that will change the course of your lives and the course of coming generations. You have aspired to greater things. Thank you for letting all of us at WGU play a part in the fulfillment of your dream. And now we have the privilege of hearing from two graduates. Eileen Richards, Master of Education, Learning and Technology from Vona, Colorado. Armando Martinez, Bachelor of Science from Bakersfield, California. Please join me in welcoming first to speak, Eileen.
Good morning, night owls, family, friends, and esteemed colleagues. Congratulations for making it to this important milestone in your lives. And congrats to your loved ones who helped you reach this day. I would like to start today's address with a statistic. According to the American Psychiatric Association, post-traumatic stress disorder affects approximately 3.5% of US adults, with approximately 20% of first responders, such as police officers, firefighters, and EMTs being affected. And then there are countless others like myself suffering from a similar difficulty called secondary trauma. Its symptoms are a lot like PTSD and include flashbacks, nightmares, emotional numbness, avoidance of people and places that are reminders of the trauma, as well as difficulty sleeping or concentrating, or feeling jumpy, or easily being irritated and angered. As a firefighter EMT, I have seen and handled many difficult things in my nearly 9 years of volunteer service to the community. But last year, I had an experience that fundamentally changed the way I felt and saw the world. My crew and I responded to a motor vehicle accident involving several teens from the school where I worked as a librarian. All of the children were injured, and tragically, one of them died at the scene. This event filled me with a tremendous amount of fear and anxiety that I had never experienced after any other emergency call. Even though I was surrounded by a loving support system of family, friends, and fellow first responders, I found everyday tasks difficult and felt little joy in the things happening all around me. I withdrew from my family and friends, stopped eating, and at one point even wondered if I would ever laugh, like really laugh again. For those of you who have heard me laugh, you might have considered that a blessing. But people find all kinds of ways to cope with life's difficulties. In one strange way, school filled that role for me. WGU and my studies gave me something to focus on and throw myself into when the rest of the world felt like too much. I loved getting lost in reading and writing papers about things like student engagement and classroom management, and of course, loved stalking TaskStream. I especially looked forward to the weekly calls with my mentor, Kathy. Then another scary event happened, known to those of us in the Teachers College as the first day of demonstration teaching. You know, the day Mama Night Owl shoves you out of the WGU nest and tells you to fly solo. Because if you don't fly, a room full of sharp-toothed elementary students will eat you alive. I was so excited, but still filled with anxiety and feared that my struggles would make teaching difficult. Boy, was I in for a surprise, though. Being surrounded by third graders who loved me and cared about me just as much as I cared about helping them learn and grow sparked the fire I once had inside of me. Every day of DT, little by little, I began enjoying life again. I laughed and cried and ran and jumped and played with my students and lived for my daily afternoon coffee and chat with my host teacher. My last day of DT was bittersweet. I was happy to have completed the task, but I knew I would miss everything about that classroom. I still have moments of darkness and times of unease, especially when driving past locations of previous accidents and when hanging out with my fire brothers and sisters, realizing that 1 in 5 of them will likely be affected by PTSD too. Through grace, I don't live with as much fear and anxiety on a daily basis anymore. By being there 24/7, just waiting for me to log in, WGU and the Teachers College helped me get through a really rough time, and graduating helped me fully realize the amazing support system I have in family and friends. Thanks to their unconditional support, I now have my teaching license and will be teaching my own class of 5th graders this fall. I know that all of us have faced challenges in our lives, but despite those challenges, we kept going. You and your fan club wouldn't be here virtually celebrating today had your challenges beat your drive to graduate. You did it with their support. So be sure to thank your loved ones and pat yourself on the back. Then get ready, because we don't know what tomorrow brings, but we do know that ambition never rests. Congratulations.
Hello, my name is Armando Martinez, and today I am graduating with my bachelor's degree in Cloud and System Administration. I never thought I'd reach this level of education, but let me tell you how I made it this far. I grew up in Strathmore, California, a small farm town with 2,500 people. Growing up in Strathmore, a lot of my friends were like me. We had immigrant parents who worked in the fields harvesting oranges and grapes, depending on the season. I remember being around 6 or 7 years old and telling my father that I wanted to be just like him when I grew up. He sighed in disappointment and lectured me on how back-breaking work for minimum wage wasn't what he wanted for my future. He said if he had the opportunity, he wouldn't have such a physically demanding and unstable job. When I was 8 years old, I started to understand what he meant when my parents began to take me to the field to pick oranges and grapes with them. Those long summers and weekends, I learned so much about how difficult it was to do what my parents did each day. I told myself the first opportunity I had to leave the fields, I would take it. And I did, but I took that work ethic with me. To this day, I look up to my parents for working hard to provide for my brothers, sisters, and me, and enabling us to have more options than they had. So even though the type of work I do now is different from theirs, I strive to be as ambitious and hardworking as them. As soon as I was 18, I left the fields and started working in a pistachio processing facility. A year later, I moved into doing basic IT support. I knew if I wanted to move up in my career, I would need to go back to school. But having worked since such a young age, I didn't know anything else besides work. So quitting my job to enroll in traditional school was never an option. After hearing from a few colleagues in the industry who had completed their degrees from WGU, I decided to look into it. When I realized WGU's competency-based program would allow me to complete my degree while learning industry certifications at an accelerated pace, I knew I wanted to be a night owl. I'm glad WGU gave me the opportunity to complete my degree without needing to miss a day of work. But it wasn't easy. Some days I wanted to give up. But then I reminded myself I can do it. After all, I used to work more than 70 hours a week, just like my parents. Every time I had to wake up early, I thought to myself, my father probably woke up much earlier than me today. Or when I had to stay up late, I wondered, is my mom home from work yet? All that hard work paid off. Only a year into my degree program at WGU, I had earned 7 industry certifications and was promoted to lead technology specialist. And now I also have my bachelor's degree. I know my parents are proud of me. I couldn't have earned this degree without the strong work ethic they instilled in me. I'm certain that if my father or mother had been given the same opportunity, they would have taken advantage of it. And this would be them giving this speech instead of me. I am a product of their strong work ethic and resilience. I am proud that because of my struggles and experiences, I can now serve as an example to all the school-age children who are in the position I was when I was their age. If I could say one thing to them, it would be to always strive for more and always be hungry, humble, and smart. Thank you to all the WGU course instructors and my mentor, Jason, for helping me achieve my degree. And to all the graduates watching this today, I want to express to you how proud you should feel right at this moment. I wish you success in all your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, Eileen and Armando, for sharing your stories. Eileen, in particular, I think we are all moved by your deep commitment to service and the compassion you've shown to so many in their moments of tragedy. We're also have deep compassion for you as you continue to struggle with the trauma that this has created for you. But thank you for your resilience. Thank you for your endeavor to advance your life and to make a change in yours. We're grateful also that you have the faith in the service of others that they have given to you. Your students will truly be blessed. We are so proud of you. Armando, thank you also for following the inspiration that your father and mother afforded you, and that you could follow their example and endeavor to change your life for the better. I imagine that the 70+ hours per week that you spent working and that work ethic that created for you, your determination is something from which we can all learn. Now I'm pleased to introduce Natalie Williams, our commencement speaker. Natalie's love of sports and drive to succeed have opened doors of opportunity, not only for herself, but for the young people she mentors as well. After spending her high school career competing in basketball, volleyball, softball, and track at Taylorsville High School in Utah, Natalie played volleyball and basketball for UCLA, where she helped the team win multiple titles. She then played basketball professionally for 9 years in the American Basketball League and the Women's National Basketball Association. Natalie was named to the USA Women's National Basketball Team in 1998. Together, they won 3 gold medals. She even said that she should have brought hers, which I encouraged her to do. 2 at the 1998 and 2002 World Championships, and an Olympic gold medal at the 2000 Summer Olympics in Sydney, Australia. In 2016, she was inducted into the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame. As a high school and club team coach, Natalie has taken her passion for sports and used it to train and encourage young athletes to reach their full potential. She believes it is her life's work to give back to the community and share the knowledge she has gained from her incredible life experiences. Please welcome Natalie Williams.
Thank you so much. Congratulations to all of you. You should be incredibly proud of all that you have accomplished. I am sure that for many of you, this journey was completed while raising kids and working. Hours of studying, finishing assignments, and having to take tests after coming home from a long work day or after putting your kids to bed. Like me, some of you grew up in a single-parent home. Some of you watched the hardships your parents faced as they struggled to make ends meet. Many of you have made huge sacrifices to get to where you are today. All of you share the desire to make a better life for you and your families, no matter the roadblocks and struggles that may stand in your way. I am going to share a few of my personal stories with you about becoming a champion of life, no matter what. My story is one that I believe will show a few things to be true. One, that love conquers all. And two, that hard work, believing in yourself, and perseverance pays off. Like a lot of you, I am a first-generation college graduate. I graduated from UCLA with a degree in sociology. In 1969, my parents met at Utah State University. Unfortunately, neither one of them finished their degrees, mainly because of me. My father is African American and my mother is white. While at Utah State, my father was a young basketball superstar athlete, and my mother was a 19-year-old from a very religious family. They fell in love. Their relationship was not allowed to continue, as interracial couples back then were heavily discouraged and looked down upon. I, however, was born in 1970 in Long Beach, California, but not because that is where we lived, but because my life started out amidst family conflict and racial bigotry. My young 20-year-old mother was encouraged to give up her unborn child, but instead she moved to California to be with her loving sister, who helped take care of her during this unknown and trying time. She gave my mother the confidence and courage she needed to make it through the tough years ahead, raising a biracial little girl on her own. Looking back at my mother's situation, I cannot imagine the strength she must have had to believe that everything would end up okay. When you are at your lowest in life, when you are facing tough times, please remember that there will always be someone to help you and be there for you. Love conquers all. It did not take long for my family to fall in love with the cute, loud, funny, outgoing biracial little girl. I was always called the class clown. At a young age, I wanted to make everyone laugh and worked hard to make those around me smile. Still today, I enjoy trying to brighten the life of everyone around me. I finally met my father when I was 16 years old. It was a very surreal and scary moment, but I came to realize that having him in my life helped me see a side of myself that I had been missing. His perspective on life, his knowledge of the world outside of a primarily conservative Utah was greatly appreciated. He also helped me immensely with becoming an elite athlete. I realized at a young age that I was very talented athletically. I started playing softball at age 8, basketball in the 7th grade, and volleyball in the 8th grade. Through athletics, my confidence blossomed. I loved being part of a team and having to work hard for a common goal. I loved being part of something bigger than myself. I thrived off of the excitement of competition, and being an only child, it was an opportunity for me to enjoy the camaraderie of other kids. My junior year in high school, I was being recruited by almost every school in the country for both basketball and volleyball. And I will forever be thankful to UCLA for allowing me to live out my dream and play both sports that I loved. I worked very hard, not only athletically, but academically. As I am sure most of you know, your first years of college is a crash course in time management, really learning to do and complete hard things. I struggled my first semester with the workload and the increased academic expectations, but I studied hard and put in the extra time. My junior and senior year, I was consistently making the honor roll. Things were going really great in my life, but just when things seem to be going well, life likes to throw great challenges at you, testing you to see how tough you really are. My senior year, I was feeling strong and invincible. I had just come off helping my UCLA volleyball team win the national championship in a 5-game comeback thriller. I had also been named NCAA Volleyball Division I Player of the Year. In basketball, I had finally figured out how to be a more skilled player. I was feeling somewhat unstoppable, just coming off a career-high 35 points the game before at the University of California. Then, 2 days later, playing at Stanford, I was sprinting down the floor on a fast break. I caught the ball and twisted towards a basket at the same time. I felt the worst pain of my life. I had a high pain tolerance, but with this, I could barely breathe. I just hugged my knee and knew that something was very wrong. In the training room, the Stanford team doctor told me my ACL was gone, absolutely crushing me. My college career and the dream of leading my team to the NCAA basketball tournament was over. The next 9 months of surgery and daily rehab, retraining my knee to bend, my leg to walk, let alone run and jump, tested me to my core. As I am sure many of you know, when you are faced with incredible adversity, you learn to fight, because there is no other option. However, I was constantly battling doubt and thoughts of, is this all worth it? Do I really think I can get back to 100%? Do I have what it takes to make it through this? It would have been so much easier to just give up, but I didn't. I had a dream to compete in the 1996 Olympics for volleyball, so I pushed myself as hard as I could. Less than a year later, I was living and training in San Diego with the U.S. national volleyball team. We trained 4 hours a day, 5 days a week. It was an incredible experience, one that taught me a lot about myself, how hard I could push my body, how tough I was emotionally. I was one of the youngest on the team, surrounded by many veterans who had already played in 2 or 3 Olympics. Unfortunately, 3 months before the '96 Olympics, my world was shattered when I was the last one cut from the Olympic volleyball team. My world stopped. My heart was broken. I still remember the unbelievable void and silence I felt in my soul. Again, everything I had worked so hard for and had dreamed about was over. It is 100% true that when one door closes, another one opens. Sometimes we need to be stripped of what we want in order to see what we really need in life, what was really meant to be. Looking for a new light, a new path forward, I went back to the sport I had loved so long ago, the sport that had brought me so much joy, basketball. My former college coach was able to get me a tryout for the '96 Jones Cup basketball team. Reminder, at this time, I had not played basketball in 2 years. Yes, I was rusty, but what stood out to the coaches was my hustle, my rebounding ability, athleticism, and my desire to learn. I am so thankful for the USA coaches because they took a chance on me. I made the team, and we won the Jones Cup gold medal. From there, I had a new life and a new drive, a new goal to be part of the U.S. national basketball team. I worked tirelessly to learn and grow. I knew that I was up against some of the best in the world. Only 12 make the Olympic team. I had a desire like no one else. I was like no one else because I had already been brought to my knees. I had already felt what it was like to lose everything. I had no fear. Yes, there were many challenges, injuries, and lessons over those next 4 years, many setbacks along the way. I did not let those hold me back. It just flamed the fire that was inside of me to improve and become the best that I could be. In June of 2000, I was named to the United States Olympic basketball team, one of the best days of my life. Hard work, believing in yourself, and perseverance pays off. But I wasn't done yet. My goal was to not only compete in the Olympics, but to win. I worked to get every rebound. That was my strength. Whatever it took is what I was willing to do. Winning the gold medal was the only goal. On September 30th, 2000, in Sydney, Australia, we were playing in the gold medal game, and I was absolutely in the zone, living in the moment. I knew that no matter what, I was going to help my team win. I felt like I had electricity running through my veins. That night, in a battle against Australia, we won the Olympic gold medal game. Coming off the bench, I led the team with 15 points and 9 rebounds, but my only desire was to win. The stats were just a product of my effort toward the ultimate goal. Yes, getting to play in the Olympics and actually winning a gold medal was a dream come true. I am forever grateful for that incredible experience. There are times in life where things happen that you never think possible. What is important to remember is that through hard work, belief in yourself, and dedication to your craft, you alone can change your life. You can become anything you imagine. This year, all of our lives have been changed. A global pandemic, and of course, the heartbreaking killings of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and many others. The tragic loss of Kobe Bryant, his beautiful daughter Gianna, and their friends. This year, our eyes as a nation have been opened more so than ever before. The cover of what had been hidden right below the surface of our country has been ripped away, and the desire for change, the desire for equality for all Americans is raging everywhere. Your time is now to stand up for what you believe in. Your time is now to change your life as well as all those around you for the better. You can make a difference. I am just like many of you. I am just a girl from Taylorsville, Utah, raised in a single-parent home. I made my dreams become a reality. What are your dreams? We are living at a time that will be written about in history books for years to come. Just recently, the first woman of color was named to a major party's presidential ticket. It's about time. More than ever, this is a time where you as graduates can write your life script, create your own future, plan your own journey, and build a world where you thrive. Every great thing started out as a dream. Someone had to put that into action. That someone is you. Anything is possible if you just believe. Congratulations to each of you, the WGU graduating class of 2020. I look forward to what you make possible.
Thank you, Natalie, for that inspirational message. There's so many words of wisdom in what you shared, but we are so grateful and motivated by your life of living up to the talent and blessings and opportunity that you were afforded. And especially for being committed and willing to persevere in the midst of challenge. It is hard not to be moved also by the hope that your mother demonstrated while in your youth, and just recognizing that how deeply that affected you. And we are so grateful for that impact. It has been said that when hope fades, our progress slows. May our hope never fade. I'm also mindful of some very pithy quotes that you shared with us that I would like us all to remember. One, for example, when we are stripped of what we want, we may see what we need. I think that is true and very telling. And also, fan the flame of desire within you. That is effectively the theme of Ambition Never Rests. Thank you so much, Natalie, for your inspiring words. And now we will hear from our college leaders.
From the entire College of Business, I'd like to say congratulations on completing your degree. This is a huge accomplishment that comes from a lot of hard work and sacrifice. You've done it, and we hope you enjoy your day today with those who supported you along the way.
Hi, colleagues. Dr. Jan Jones-Shank coming to you today to send my wishes, heartfelt wishes, for a happy celebration of your achievement today. As I read the stories of all that you've overcome these last few months to get to this moment, I'm just incredibly inspired and so proud that we could be a small part of your journey. So have a wonderful day. Celebrate this great accomplishment. You deserve it.
Congratulations, College of Information Technology graduates. On behalf of your program mentors, course instructors, evaluation faculty, program chairs, associate deans, and myself, we could not be prouder of your incredible success. During this very challenging time, you showed grit, fortitude, and determination to earn your degree and many valued credentials along the way. We wish you the very best in your future success and hope your time at WGU serves you well. We're incredibly proud of you.
Hello, my name is Mark Milliron. I'm Senior Vice President and Executive Dean of the Teachers College here at Western Governors University. I just want to say a big congratulations on achieving your dream and getting that degree. It's a big deal. And it's one of those moments in your life where it's important to reflect and connect on a few things. My dad, near the end of his life, made the case to me that when you're reflecting back on your life, you are always going to be thinking about the people you've met, the experiences you've had, the lessons you've learned, and the difference you've made. Again, congratulations. It's a moment to sit back and celebrate and connect with those you love and really soak it in, because this is a big deal.
We will now recognize each of our master's degree graduates. Would the candidates for the master's degree and educator endorsement please rise if you're able, wherever you may be joining us from. Upon the favorable recommendation of our faculty and the authority vested in me by our Board of Trustees and member governors of Western Governors University, I hereby confer upon you the master's degree or endorsement you have earned, to include the Master's of Arts, the Master's of Arts in Teaching, Master of Business Administration, Master of Education, Master of Science, or Educator endorsement, with all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining. Congratulations, Night Owls, and welcome to a community of innovative, bold, and credible professionals. Stand by for your moment in the spotlight.
Brittany Adair.
Shelley Blackburn.
Rachel Bryan.
Sue Ellen DeLauder.
Julie Goodrich.
Karen Maywald.
Brittany McClellan.
Angela Nash.
Jennifer Ray.
Christina Amesquita. James Bellamy.
Michelle Bussett. Sandra Bowles. Brooklyn Brown.
Cheryl Campbell.
Taylor Chavez. Kara Gentle Brake.
Natasha Gooding.
Rachel Grimm. Tanya Hadley.
Bridget Halpane,
Martina Harris, Tammy Karp, Amanda Kassler,
Quinaya Lassiter,
Yvonne Levine,
Juana Martha Martinez,
Melanie McKinney,
Noelle Moffett,
Victoria Pacheco,
Patricia Polinick,
Anaya Pendleton,
Victor Rivera,
Amy Rowe,
Rebecca Ronk,
Gail Trio, Brianna Turner,
Adriana Villani,
Kara Argel,
Eric Bordenave, Curtis Bradshaw, Megan Courtney,
Mara Farina,
Jeffrey Fitzgerald,
Samantha Pitsu,
Jeannie Candace Garrido, Candace Henson,
Julia Hollins,
Ian Hurry, Stacy Kaziski,
Thomas Kaiser, Louis Matthews, Melissa Morin,
Jesse Osorio, Brian Phillips,
Elizabeth Radishak, Jessica Rowe,
Michael Service,
Evelyn Stevens,
Raquel Suleiman, Kay Lynn Tribus, Jessica Turner,
Adriana Villafan, Andrea Bondershear,
Matthew Wagoner,
Carrie Wallum,
Richard White,
Autumn Woodfall,
Jordan Siaston, Queen Adesami, Christopher Bach, Bethany Breyer, Lowell Butler,
Janelle Coleman, Ashley Ferguson,
Allison Gilman, Harin Habipur, Kristen Hunteman, Nagisa Usugi Jasper,
Joshua Campa,
Verna Kim,
Kimberly Knapp,
Alicia Latoret, Robert Lopez,
Madeline Mako, Zeke McGee,
Irusalim Niaza,
Lisa Murphy, Feli Ogachi, Stephen Parker,
Jeannie Parks,
Jeffrey Pentzine,
Heidi Ron,
Jenny Rendon. Nabeen Shrestha. Brandy Sims. Ellie Stanfill. Jewel Thanasak. Ashley Vilhauer. Nael Walker. Ashley Wilson. Justin Wozab. Mandira Young. Andrea Bloom. Lindsay Bradley. Larita Browning. Lauren Browning. Todd Kalbeck. Jamie Charter. Amy Chilton. Walter Cole. Lady Vinia Feliciano. Jamal Gordon. Audrey Guess Milan. Melanie Laura Smith Gunther. Aaron Hamilton. Courtney Holthouse. Jennifer Hopper. Charles Kolpak. Timothy Kruger. Barry Lilly. Kelsey McCarty.
Mario Mejia.
Iwalola Mendez. Tan Nguyen. Jenna Orlowski. Elizabeth Parker. Kashawn Parker. Amanda Pracklet. Shartia Robinson. Dan Ronquillo. Britton Smith. Samuel Walker. Amy Wallum. Ebony Washington. Tiffany Wright. Patricia Zagarella. Ben Monroe. Heather Camacho. Jennifer Case. Rondell Cothran. Christy Shostalo Crowell. Jean Culbertson. Shauna Davis. Lynn Haddix. Angelina Jasmine John. Benta Kalul. Chidi Carnu. Wendy Martin. Jennifer Navarro. Kendra Noble. Buffy Patton. Janice Powers. Aisha Scott. Chanda Sundara. James Swandle. Monique Taylor. Jessica Westmoreland. Shanika Wiley. Catherine Wonowski. Paula Young Newman. Gina Becker. Stacy Brubaker. Linda Chang. Tessa Clardy. Brian Jeffrey Evans. Teresa Fasano. Kelly Fisher. Heidi Hilgendorf Good. Jeanette Hayes. Lacey Hogan. Layla Kesha Holmes Allen. Michaela Irwin, Aline Joyner Clancy, Randy Morgan,
Danielle Nyman, Christina Pinkard,
Dipendra Pokrell, Jody Rain, Tamika Simon,
Tamara Slos,
Madonna Tejada Manzano,
Charity Woodall,
Hannah DeReamer,
Holenda Fleureman,
Timothy Lunsford,
Eric McDowell,
Harsha Varden Bangalore Nagaraj,
Stephen Remsing, Stephen Basham,
Christopher Herrig,
Keith Isom,
Daniel Schneider,
Sarah Zimmerman,
Tina Linnell Pearson Worthington.
Congratulations to the graduates from the College of Business.
Kristen Brennicke,
Trenna Browning, Cheryl Cook,
Nora Epstein,
Tammy Falls,
Geraldine Gahi,
Jack Green,
Hallie Hedke,
Sevilla Howell,
Jessica Hoing, Michelle Johan, Kim Tuan Lee, Michelle Marbet, Ashley Macari, Dusty Nebelsick, Gabriella Pinedo,
Jamie Quinn,
Margie Ramirez Humel, Angel Romero,
April Tamad,
Ria Ellen Tatlanghari,
Tyann Bockover, Mary Hunt, Cecilia Maples, Rochelle Marima, Devreen Macbeth,
Hildy Mott,
Jenny Nazario, Ton Pham, Sarah Rathmel, Amy Simmons,
Jennifer Nancy Mendoza Sisson,
Caitlin Torrey,
Christine Say,
Leilani Turner,
Carla Winburn, Michelle August,
Janet Bangjoko,
Laurel Black,
Joinia Borchi,
Melanie Bradshaw, Darwin Karan,
Leanna Carey, Vladimira Michelle Kupa Hofer,
Christy Delgado,
Cynthia Danino,
Michael Downey, Amelia Esguerra
Rubio.
Rachel Faramandfar,
Michelle Fernandez.
Stephanie French,
Stephanie Frizzell. Jessica Graziani Simone.
Keisha Green,
Sarah Aber. Danica Lee.
Elizabeth Loza,
Claire Marr. Dayana Muhammad. Lara Noah.
Charvel Noble, Lauren Heiser,
Haley Reagan.
Erica Rico, Mia Sneg, Kimberly Stewart,
Lily Toomey.
Marley Trey Hahn,
Danielle Tucci.
DJ Tucker,
Marty Vanderhoeven. Rebecca Walleen.
Cynthia Wolf,
Laura Zamaron.
Mary Jo Belize,
Katrina Beleza.
Cindy Busk, Richard Silencion,
Suzanne Cockrum.
Cinda Courtney,
Carla Cowan.
Stella Edens, Joy Gilmore,
Roslyn Gordon.
Linda Grant,
Angela Haynes.
Larry Healy, Aisha Elizabeth Hicks,
Joseph Jessel.
Lolita Knight, Quincy Lehman,
Catherine Lewis Lillard.
Kayla McDermott, Jocelyn Encansa,
Doreen Joy Pagaran. Jennifer Sanford. Jennifer Stern.
Melissa Vodka, Amber Williams,
Jessica Winnie. Amy Wyman.
Crystal Yee,
Jillian Baker.
Braviel Briscoe, George Dew,
Terza Franklin.
Danielle Honor,
Kelsey Jameson.
Heaven Keener,
Angela Knight. Tammy Kowski.
Joanna Nakayama, Ida Olin, Laverne Reynolds,
Tara Dempsey.
Christina Gonzalez,
Brianna Heiss.
Jillian Cobol,
Natalie Natividad. George Opara. Aaliyah Williams.
Amber Clark,
Mark Cortezo,
Brigitte Hallam,
Catherine Schuler. Congratulations to the graduates from the College of Health Professions. Nicholas Adams,
Matthew Brimmer,
Walter Brown, Stephen Domingo,
Robert Fiegel, Nigel Golding,
James Thomas Haynes III,
Akia Hill, Robert Janaway,
Michael Johnson,
Ray Robinson, Jerry Adams,
Stephen Gifford, Jeremy Honecker,
Gavini Kaluthanthrigue,
Tiari Cow,
Tyrell Mitchell,
Brian Morris,
Savar Nazarov,
Joseph Rios, Trevor Sherrick,
Jamie Schrepfer,
Jeremy Sims,
Faru Adasho,
Shelby Amos, Naga Satya Shrivani Madati, Sarah Mickelson,
Denise Nelson, Stephen Brettenbach, Zachary McAlexander,
Nikhil Shetty,
Kenneth Chan,
Kevin Clark,
Richard Cruz,
Daniel Evans,
Ryan Hamzy,
Crystal Hurley,
Diana Lundahl, Raphael Otugalu,
Colin Pace,
Ida Sebak,
Ramakrishna Sumarathu, Jack Talbert,
Verlene Vargas,
Christian Vega,
Konstantin Urostomian,
Craig Bailey,
Robin Gallagher,
Shankar Ganapathy,
Eric Streeter. Congratulations to the graduates from the College of Information Technology. Mihi Kim,
Emily Bates, Ana Daniela Soto Castillo, Carolyn Groom,
Sulema Lira, Kimberly Menifee, Lori Moreno, Michaela Bowling, Jennifer Conant,
Carmen Morales, Zazita Walker,
Sandra Blanco,
Tara Chase,
Caitlin Demirs,
Sarah Gill,
Caresser Gonzalez, Emily Lane, Sarah Payne,
Brooke Peckham,
Shannon Rasmussen, Jenica Valdivia,
Rebecca Hallahan, Abby Mancuso, Lauren Reed, Lauren Hundrup,
Joel Levitz,
Talina Lucas,
Sarah Cesar,
Cody Howell,
Jenny Carter,
Deborah Natras, Bridget L. Barley,
Jennifer Bell, Julia Griffin,
Kimberly Nugent Gillon,
Carolyn Refo Garcia,
Julie Sachin,
Andrea Alley,
Carrie Boliak,
Haley Davis,
Chris England, Miguel Gutierrez,
Terry Long, Nyan Robles Figueros,
Julie Rowland,
Rebecca Saravia,
Brady Dundas,
Jessica Halstead,
Jessica Muter,
Diane Thanes,
John Hall,
Matthew Johnston,
Torcia Walker,
Monique Juarez,
Michael Aylesworth,
Morgan Henderson,
Courtney Johnson,
Karima Olive Molina, Aaron A. Olson, Flavia Atkins,
Janina Barham Middleton, Alicia Needham, Lily Seelig,
Kalinda Baumgarten,
Anastasia Beach,
Tiffany Capon, Sarah Delisle, Megan Meacham,
Catherine Mullings,
Eileen Richards,
Tracy Ut Tanasket, Kelly Justin White,
Samantha White, Abby Cave,
Robin Crocker,
Jolynn Danielson, Heather Gavi,
Amanda Hodgkin,
Marilyn McFadden,
Chantel Reynolds,
Carly Stiller, Jennifer Waterfield,
Angela Atkins, Sherry K. Brownie,
Chelsea Bunch,
Sarah Connors,
Evelyn Cook, Amanda Eads,
Juliandra Fleener,
Natasha Gingrich,
Carrie Getz,
Allison Hernandez,
Michael Hernandez,
Elizabeth Higgins Hicks,
Sharice Holmes,
Renice Innocent, Tiffany Kinney,
Victoria Lindsay,
Melanie Mills,
Olivia Murphy,
Patrick Mutoro,
Shelby Robertson, Jacqueline Ross, Melinda Smith,
Alma Soto, Amanda Vincent, Caitlin Brand,
Lindsay Davis,
Jessica Frederick,
Jordan Gambali, Kristen Instone,
Amy Jones,
Katie Prince Kent,
Sean Miller,
Kayla Mills,
Hannah Rodas, Lee Scott,
Kristen Spence, Ashley Wishart, Stephen Bradenberg,
Stacy Marie Arts,
Brian Moffett,
James Sanders, Amalia Wally,
Emily Brown,
Jennifer Byrne Flores,
Leslie Chapman,
Lara Walker. Congratulations to the graduates from the Teachers College.
We will now recognize each of our bachelor's degree graduates. Would the candidates for the bachelor's degree and post-baccalaureate teacher preparation endorsement please rise if you are able, wherever you may be joining us from. Upon the favorable recommendation of our faculty and the authority vested in me by our Board of Trustees and member governors of Western Governors University, I hereby confer upon you the bachelor's degree or endorsement you have earned, to include the Bachelor of Arts, the Bachelor of Science, or the Post-Baccalaureate Teacher Preparation Endorsement, with all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining. You may now move your tassels from the right to the left side of your mortarboards. Congratulations, Night Owls. This is an important milestone in your lives. Stand by for your moment in the spotlight.
Brianna Costa,
Sarah Hershey,
Christine Kincaid,
Joanne Leoncio, Cindy Mitchell,
Lynn Morris,
Donald Ousley Jr.,
Mariah Jimenez Pena,
Carrie Peterson,
Ivan David Sanchez.
Allison Walker.
Sharon Connolly.
Anna Metz.
Patrick Smith. Alubume Adegoki.
Lori Baroni. Danielle Bebga. Vanessa Carson.
Mark Clark.
Kelly Clodfelter.
Cody Couch.
Josiah David.
Jessica Dupler.
Jennifer Egbert.
Jessica Escoto.
Christine Granado.
Tracy Guerra.
Rebecca Harbeck. Angela Maher. Rochelle Mendez.
Danielle Murley.
Vicki Nelson.
Jody Olson.
Michelle Powell.
Kimberly Reed.
Whitney Roden. Jasmine Sawala.
Samantha Sherwood.
Carrie Sroka.
Jennifer Steyer.
Tiffany Bass. Jessica Boykin.
Erica Branca Balco.
Amanda Burns.
Timothy Lemax. Cheryl McKissick. Henrietta Saki.
Olivia Sullivan. Jamie Vaudrin.
Kimberly Williams.
Haley Adomi.
Tiara Allen.
Constance Alves. Jenna Baker. Rosalind Castellanos.
Brittany Davis.
Melody Davis.
Vicky Duca.
Tiffany Earp. Marcy Elliott. Levon Fowler. Anna Landa.
Jessica Ledesma.
Rochelle Lee. Lexi Little.
Kyle Lodge.
Terry Lyles. Amy Martunas. Ebony Noel.
Katie Russell.
Elke Schwartz. Heather Smith.
Margaret Stanberry.
Aaron Stout. Carrie Tenasket.
Leslie Wallach,
Jenica Anderson, Angela Breakbill,
Emily Bryline,
Shauna Broker, Noah DeGori,
Tiffany East, Deborah Pfeiffer, Stacy Gibson,
Justin Glenn,
Jay Houston,
Rashinda Hutchinson,
Crystal LeBeau, Bryce Lindsay,
Rachel Marquez Stevens,
Dana Klepper Mitzel,
Laura Muro,
David Nedbolick II, Brandy C.,
Megan Shaw,
Jeanette Spatana, Tiffany Titus, Susan Valenzuela,
Brittany Ware, Amanda Jo Wright, Kimberly Dennison, Timothy Downs, Christopher Riles, Heidi Silva,
George Bennett, Matthew Donnell, Jeffrey Foley,
Riley Johnson,
Cynthia Murray, Matthew Sherson, Frederick Suplee,
Vladislav Shushkin,
Kaylin Swearingen,
Zalika Turner,
Kimberly Hubasic,
Wade Abel,
Blake Alanis,
Hani Aldawari,
Leslie Christopher,
Tiffany Critchfield,
Desiree Donino, Tamara Davis,
Becky Dunn,
Bethany Dupree,
Chandra Dussault, Georgina Inlow,
Curtis Evans, Timothy P. Farley,
Denise Ferris, Christina Fraser, Matthew Garcia, April George,
Diana Gutierrez,
Jennifer Hampson, Rebecca Healy,
Adam Holman,
Jessica Hunter, Cassandra Hokel, Tyrell Mark Johnson,
Leanne Chung Kulima, Nicole Knowles, Gina Manning,
Simranjit Manotra,
Lana McBroom,
Kelly Jane McLaughlin,
Laura Meckley,
Karen L. Messler,
Melissa Meisner,
Eric D. Morris Jr.,
Brad Mortensen,
Mandy Negron Wilson, Hillary Nelson, Twyla Newton,
Star North, Susan Ostrowski, Kimberly Piccioni, Troy Quick,
Jill Rampacek,
Susan Rosenfield,
Paul Salazar,
David Skipton,
Brandon Smith,
Malika Stoltz,
Joseph Supnet, Jennifer Thaxton,
Nicoletta Theaharatas,
Monique Thompson,
Shandy Thompson,
Brenda Tyson, Leroy Valdez, Quentin Venter, Jeffrey Wallace,
Liz Wick, Veronica Alvarez,
Warren Arnold,
James Blobelt,
James Bowers,
Matthew Brunel,
Caleb Brunson,
Ashley Bowie,
Jimmy Carlock,
Mark Carter,
Vanessa Castro, Kristen Davis,
Lindsay Eden,
Stephanie Fabry,
Joshua Feliz,
John Firo,
Niall Franklin, Kevin Garcia, Rebecca Gardner, Stephanie Gepner,
Melissa Gerardo,
Joseph Gobe,
Wendy Goins,
Mary Harris, Bobby Jakowski, Joseph Johnson,
Daniel Klein, Rolana Kobe,
Cisco LeBakey,
Devonte Lamar,
Cody Nelson, Lori Nevin,
Lisa Lotta Oric, Sarah Panagopoulos,
Daniel Paris,
Sonia Phipps, Kylie Pictum,
Heidi Schuyler,
Alicia Senti,
Mary Tackett, Andrea Valderas, Megan Van Pelt, Molly Verhauer,
Jacob White, Nicholas Willick,
Stacy Willett,
William Winkley,
Aaron Young,
Laura Abbott, Lynette Burns,
Robin Jerome,
Sarah Person,
Jeremy Putt,
Dallas Roebling,
Dean Cienega,
Elizabeth Stodgel,
Nicholas Anderson, Kirsten Ferris,
Amber Grove,
David Weathersby,
Thomas Butoriak.
Congratulations to the graduates from the College of Business.
Bonnie Grubbs,
Janique Kelly,
Emily Skoglund,
Letitia Dawson,
Jennifer DeBroca,
Patricia Garcia, Kubarat Adiemi, Jennifer Aquino Monduro,
Dordanid Israel Backer,
Denise Bell,
Lisa Bevacqua, Julie Ann Bonduck, Julie Byers,
Michelle Carlson, LaRonda Carter, Juana Sarasaris,
Grace Rue Chang,
Arpine Chavez, Sabrina Davila, Susan Diana, Noemi Felix, Jennifer Gomez,
Joan Nicole Green,
Stacy Guerrera,
Brooklyn Harmon,
Hillary Helkin, Sherry Hopkins,
Mallory Marie Martin Jones, Michelle Josen, Lynn Marie Kane,
Tanya Keefe,
Jennifer Kennedy,
Maria Lego,
Nicole Leahy,
Mary Injirogi,
Mary E. McFadden,
Darlene Morales Montes, Magdalena Mota, Carla Nordstrom, Jenny Rose Mateo Potok,
Latasha Praler,
Griselda Romero, Christine Santasteven,
Abria Scott,
Candace Shirley, Regina St. Bridget,
Holly Stricker, Kathy Teklatsian,
Ashley Townsend, Tori Walker,
Amy Wells,
Soliana Woldu,
JoBeth Zentner,
Abiola Adegunodo,
Rebecca Adams, Catherine Adeyokunu,
Crystal Barara,
Melissa Bimefor,
Nicole Bishop Trege, Kenneth Butcher,
Lisa Carnell, Gladys Zosara A. Cato,
Lacey Chapman,
Ashley Charles, Corey Kodash,
Megan Christine Cleary,
Erica Coffey,
Okafa Coker,
Tamara Cooper Howard,
Whitney Craig,
Andrew Kramer,
Jacqueline Canine Davis,
Colette Davenport, Katrina Davis, Kristen Dow,
Kelly Dimer,
Jovan Featherston, Catherine Fitch,
Chicky Flores,
Nubisi Forsey,
Teresa Freilich,
Janie Ria Garcia,
Nicole Jean-Louise Garon,
Betty Ann Gibbs,
Sarah Greiser,
Melissa Griffith, Dawn Hergert, Taiwana Johnson,
Kimberly Nicole Jones, Rondalise Jones, May Justice, Atma Khalsa,
Robin Comey,
Jenna Corti,
Alice Landry, Sabrina Laurent,
Michelle Lee,
Sandra Garcia Leon,
Jonathan Lopez,
Kimber Lovett,
Eunice Lucero,
Cruz Magartia Luna,
Trinity Marapodi, Victoria Maupin,
Paula Mayer,
Mary Bourgois,
Angela McDaniel,
Kelly McDonald, Deborah Miguel, Alicia Mitura,
Brittany Mitchell, Lindsay Morgan, Charity Muesigua, Susan Nunes, Shalane Patricio,
Cherie Pertol,
Nicole Polar,
Leslie Popham, Crystal Puckett,
Tracy Ann Rennie, Natalie Ruiz,
Jessica Runkle, Delina Sanderson,
Keisha Sandridge, Rebecca Sinclair,
Angelique Sparks,
Nicole Spencer,
Alicia Taylor, Lauren Thomas Moalick,
Ellen Sophia Tooley, Brendan Tui, Simolin Womila,
Sharokina Yakub, Michelle Zevgolis.
Congratulations to the graduates from the College of Health Professions. Armando Martinez,
Dylan Bartos, Sean Talon,
Brian Welch,
Adam Knebel,
Brett Armstrong,
William Bailey,
Bradley Bryant,
Richard Green,
Randall Hickson,
Tremaine Lamont, Stephen Danino,
Robert Gomez, Shane Norton,
David Rarbach,
Amandeep Singh,
Eric Johnson,
Hannah Toops.
Ricardo Barboza,
Inigo Miguel Cayetano.
Alejandro Chapa.
Deb Gilbert,
Jeffrey D. Hinton.
Suman Karki,
James King.
Andrew Osler,
Darwin Parker. Patrick Simpson.
John Wettenberger,
Ashley Brown. Kyle Fifield.
Stephen Rushing,
DeMarcus Wheat.
Jonathan Caithness, Sean McFeeters, Lisa Tolan,
Jason Dean. Romeo Migisha. Damon Wild.
Sumanta Badabyal,
Micah Dunn.
Tanner Naramore,
Ike Pabor. Prince Shrestha. Daniel Williams.
Rajal Prasad, Jeremy Stroud, Anthony Jaroff. Congratulations to the graduates from the College of Information Technology.
Kylie Burklow. Melissa Caps.
Amanda Castro,
Alicia Sereno. Tonya Honey. Susan Marsden. Simone Moore. Jeremy Pierce.
Lindsay Pierce, Pierre Alessandra Anson,
Kierel Bates.
Eric Budd, Vera M. Byrne, Cambria Cisneros,
Jessica Cortez.
Nancy Fred, Michelle Johnson,
Emily Barnes Laverne.
Derek Loptak, Carmen Michelle Rivera Martinez,
Samantha Mason.
Jacqueline Moncrief, Savannah Ordaz,
Kendra Wainwright.
Candace Weisenberg, Jennifer Levitt,
Malcolm Mitchell. Samantha Banis.
Jennifer Bafoko,
Madison Casto.
Sean Pereira,
Taylor Ripmiller. Laura Aitchison.
Cynthia Allen, Megan Beckwith,
Barbara Bell Machunas.
Deirdre Bice, Kimberly J. Brown,
Annie Chen.
Michael Cordova,
Lacey Council, Sharmi Craner,
Michael Crimans, Christian Cruz,
Ashley Duncan, Heather Franklin,
Veronica Graham, Patricia Grostadier,
Ligaya Giab,
Christina Harpin,
Pamela Higley,
Michelle Hurst,
Angelica Jankwitz,
Kirk Johnson,
Michelle Krallman,
Sri Sharda Nachiket Shirsagar,
Michelle Lake,
Danielle Lund,
Autumn McCoy, Jyoti Mohan,
Jordan Monson,
Samantha Morgan,
Fonda Nix,
Tira Osborne,
Isamar Molina Osorio,
Cara Phelps,
Patience Runkin, Alicia Riddle,
Caitlin Riley,
Miranda Rodriguez, Autumn Ryan,
Sue Schlottman, Julia Sutherland, Rachel Stanford,
Megan Troutman, Brianne Yelly,
Colleen Yoder,
Martha Zuniga, Rami Abordo,
Heidi Anderson, Brittany Blackburn,
Jacqueline Blair,
Taylor Boaz,
Callie Brady,
Heather Bridges,
Vanessa Crane,
Molly Christensen Croft, Stephanie Dingman,
Lacey Dewar, Wendy Edwards, Belinda Freeman,
Brittany Funderburk, Lori Green, Patricia Harris,
Ashley Hernandez,
Riley Kanairi,
Tazita Kent, Stephanie Lopez,
Samantha Luhaya,
Carrie McCown,
Michelle Miller,
Nicole Minahan, Susan Morris,
Casey Molthop,
Shelby Murray,
Ashley Neighbors,
Catherine Phillips,
Nicole Ram, Misbah Rashid, Amber Rose,
Ashley Segura, Michelle Spicer, Rachel Stanley,
Michelle Stevenson,
Riketa Strunk.
Nathalie Richter Tilley. Alexandra Vincent.
Whitney Washington.
Haley Winger. Rachel Wilkinson.
Timothy Williams.
Kelly Willis. April Bergkamp.
Tina Dixon.
Emily Laifi. Magdalena Meadows.
Veronica Leonard. Alan Kinnaman.
Sophia Adams. Esmeralda Bostic.
Candace Kennedy.
Alyssa Chamberlain.
Rita Klaus. Catlin Davis. Sarah Fossum.
Vanessa Gomez. Lola Hanson.
Danielle Hendricks.
Amanda Irvin Black.
Kenny Cole.
Nicole LaRue.
Teresa Leonard.
Caitlin Locke.
Emily S. Lopez.
Heather McCabe.
Randy McKay.
Allison Montoya.
Donna Morris.
Anne Noble.
Bailey Novick.
Andrea Parker. Christiana Sitbon. Stephanie Williams.
Mary Annette Winter. Lacey Alvarez.
Nancy Alvarez.
Crystal Anderson.
Jeanette Bakley.
Jennifer Baum. Krista Browning.
Elizabeth Burns. Nikki Coleman. Charlotte Imberg. Ricardo Galvin.
Kimberly Gerard. Caitlin Hall. M. Ricardo Perez.
Tiffany Politi.
Sandra Ramos.
Melissa Riker.
Marcia Rodriguez. Hope Schweitzer.
Melvin Schmidt.
Michelle Jenkins.
Congratulations to the graduates from the Teachers College.
Graduates, please accept our sincere congratulations. You now join a network of more than 195,000 WGU alumni worldwide. Welcome to this amazing community. We hope you'll stay engaged by visiting wgu.edu/alumni. For many of you, earning your diploma is the fulfillment of a lifelong goal. The degree you have earned at WGU will create new pathways to opportunity. But it's important to remember that commencement is not the end. It represents a new beginning. I encourage you to continue exploring your dreams and following your passions. Whatever you choose to do it well, and great things will follow. Learning is a lifelong journey. I urge you, as you continue your journey, to reach out to others in the pursuit of their dreams, identify meaningful ways to contribute to your communities, and help us find our way as a country to unite and create a brighter pathway for future generations. At WGU, we are guided by a fundamental belief in the inherent worth of every individual. And we know that given the opportunity, every person has something big to contribute. Our most sacred commitment is to advance equity and access and opportunity, reducing disparities and optimizing each individual's success, regardless of color, race, ethnicity, creed, or cause. We affirm, we amplify our commitment to serving and uplifting our fellow humans. And I challenge you as leaders in your respective communities and families to do the same. As Natalie said just a few moments ago, love conquers all. I hope you'll take a moment to reflect on the pride you felt during this ceremony. Although we can't be physically together right now, we hope you will join us at a future in-person commencement. Thank you for letting us share your educational journey and celebrate with you. Don't forget to share your excitement on social media and be sure to use the hashtag WGUGrad. This now concludes our summer virtual commencement ceremony. Thank you for joining us.